What's up, guys? Owen here, back in another Ham Productions video. Today, we're going to be pretty much going over free agency since the legal tampering window started, which pretty much means that, the player and, the team, or the player and agent, or the team can agree to a contract, but they cannot legally sign until March 13th, 4 p.m. That's when they can actually, sign the contract. And there's already been some, pretty crazy signings going on. So, we're going to do, we're pretty much going to go over, who the free agents are, who are, the star-studded free agents, what signings have already happened. So if you like the video, make sure to like, subscribe, let's get started. Alright, so we got the article pulled up, pretty much being a tracker, and you might see some of these things happen live, since, we're about, an hour and a half through free agency so far starting. These are the big names, that are still left: Danielle Hunter, Saquon Barkley, Cousins, Darius Smith, Christian Wilkins, Josh Jacobs, Xavier McKinney, Lloyd Cushenberry, Bryce Huff, and John Runyon. And so yeah, let's get started. Obviously, look, this just happened live. Christian Wilkins signing with the Raiders. 4-year, $110 million deal. This you're getting my live reaction. This is insane. Honestly, I'm rating this move an 8 out of 10 for Raiders. That is a great move by the Raiders. You're getting that reaction live. This is insane. That's an amazing signing. That is a great signing by the Raiders. And I don't know as well. Jaguars Gabe Davis agreed to a 3-year deal. I do not like this. There's a reason why the Bills got rid of their number 2 wide receiver for 3 years. If he was just gonna be thrown off, like that, then he can't be that good, right? So I don't love it. It depends on the money. It should have been like a 1-year prove it deal, but overall, I think it's solid. Get him with a young quarterback, but yeah, it's okay. Then we have DeAndre Swift going to the Bears. How he fits, really good signing in my opinion. Again, it's tough to interpret, how good these running backs will be based on going to the Eagles. I think DeAndre Swift is much more talented, and I think he'll do really well with the Bears. David Bakhtiari got released, or he's in free agency now. Titans trying to add Lloyd Cushenberry, the center that I was talking about. Deion Dawkins re-signing, even though he tricked everyone. I don't know why he did that. I'm a Bills fan, it's funny, but at the same time, it's like, yo, that that was a little bit troubling seeing it's time Buffalo because he did obviously the cryptic stuff on Saturday morning, I think, or Friday night. And then obviously that it was like, dude, this guy's getting traded, this guy's getting released. It's like, what are you doing? What is your offensive line gonna be? And then he start resigns, which I like. It'll free up a little bit of cap space. More importantly, keep the leader on the offensive line. And then we had Tony Pollard too. Insane move in my opinion. I think that's a great move for the Titans because worst case scenario is running back too, and he's a good running back too. He's not the best starter, but he's a good backup running back. 3 years, $24 million. A bit of an overpay, but it's all right. Then you had Jonathan Grenard signing Green. I think it's Greenard or Grenard. I might pronounce that wrong, but I like it. I think he's really good, and it's saying he's going to the Vikings. By the way, if you can't see, he's going to the Vikings. I like it, but at the same time, I feel like if you're gonna give him a 4-year, $76 million deal, you might as well give it to Danielle Hunter. But still, overall, it's a pretty good move. I would say he's young too. I'd say pretty good. Yeah, as you can see, Deion Dawkins, he had an Instagram post, and it just freaked everyone out. Freaked me out. As you can see, DeAndre Swift headed to Chicago. More moves what's his name? Dawson Knox renegotiating his contract. You had Michael Pittman signing a 4-year deal with the Colts. You had um so many people re-sign. You had Chris Jones. They just made it official that he re-signed. Apparently Xavier McKinney's gonna get signed with the Packers, or they have mutual interests with each other. But overall, it's been crazy so far. It might have been a new update. I don't know. But Christian Wilkins to the Raiders is huge. Huge. He's good. He's not my favorite player because he likes to mess with Josh Allen a little bit. But Bill, I think maybe a bit of an overpay, but you're getting a 4-year deal. Like it's good. I think it's really good. I think he's a second base. I think he was top 5 easily in this free agency class. Overall, this is a good signing. I would say this is the biggest signing so far, and you saw it live. My live reaction. It said one new update. I click it. This. So yeah, that's pretty much free agency so far. Now I'm gonna give you some predictions. Let's just go to the top players. Danielle Hunter, I'm going to the Miami Dolphins. I do not like, him going to the Miami Dolphins, but they need an edge rusher most likely, with Bradley Chubb not being that well. He's gonna go somewhere down south. He's either gonna go to the Bucks if they have the cap space, or the Dolphins. I feel like he's want to go up north and he's want to go down south. They have the cap space. I mean, the Bucks can get him. That'd be nice. I doubt it though. Might go to the Jags. Either way, I think he's going to Florida. Next up, Saquon Barkley. I think he's going to the Eagles. I mean, he'll return to Pennsylvania. Um, get to play with that O line is like a dream, obviously, like for most running backs, like Swift and Sanders that I was talking about. So yeah, I would say either Eagles or possibly the Cowboys. But I don't think they have. I don't think they want to sign him. Next up, Kirk Cousins. I'm going with the Falcons. I think there's already like reports that there's like a deal in the work already. So yeah, I got to go with the Falcons there. Next up, Zadarius Smith. He's not the youngest player, but I would like to see him in the Bills possibly if we can get him. If we can get him cheap, I would like that. If not, probably the Ravens then. I think he was already on the Ravens, but I feel like that'd be a good signing to get back. Next up, Josh Jacobs, and I honestly could see him re-signing with the Raiders. I think that would be good re-signing for the Raiders. I mean, they did just sign Christian Wilkins though, so who knows how much cap space they have? This is insane. Um, Xavier McKinney, like I was talking about, apparently Packers have interest. Perfect for the Packers are losing Darnold Savage. Next up, Bryce Huff. I could actually see him going to the Eagles as well. With them, getting trade calls about Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, possibly being traded, and also Fletcher Cox. I think he would be good on the defensive line. Next up, we have Joe Runyon, and I could see him, going to the Dolphins possibly too. They need a. I think he might already be signing with a team or not, but if there was one team I think should get a guard, it's the Dolphins. Let's be real. They need an offensive lineman. Next up, Leonard Floyd. I do not want him to return to the Bills. Leonard Floyd, he'll go somewhere for cheap. He was signed in June last year. Um, I don't know. Probably somewhere. Maybe Jacksonville, possibly. They need an edge rusher, probably. Um, I would say maybe the Dolphins. If they want to get him someone cheap, then bam, there you go. He had 10.5 sacks last year. It wasn't that impressive though, and especially in the postseason. Next up, we have Calvin Ridley. And by the way, it's looking with Kendrick Bourne getting $11 million a year. Who knows what Gabe Davis got? Probably even more. Kendrick Bourne's getting 3 years, $33 million. Then most likely, probably get to go with a team with high cap space. I'm thinking, Texans. Oh, also Saquon Barkley, Texans as well. He can go to Texans, but I think Calvin Ridley can go to Texans. I think Texans are gonna make some moves, man. They believe so much in their guys, which is what every single team needs to do nowadays. They believe so much in D'Amico Ryans. I think it's gonna be I think T Higgins possibly. They have the draft capital, but well, maybe not the draft capital, but they have they can do stuff in free agency. They have tons of cap space. So yeah, I would say maybe returning to the Jaguars because the Jaguars want to get him back along with signing Gabe Davis, but overall best fit probably the Texans getting more wide receivers. But yeah, that's like the free agency rundown for right now. This is insane what's going on right now. There's still some stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy. This is the craziest signing. You know what I mean? 28 4-year deal, perfect. I think the best season, 9 sacks, 23 quarterback hits. Him and Max Crosby. I didn't even talk about that. Him and Max Crosby will be insane. I know I'm doing this because that's how awesome it's going to be. Obviously, Max Crosby is one of the most underrated edge rushers in the NFL. He's not talked about with Parsons or Bosa or Watt, but he really is on their level. And then Christian Wilkins, I think he's the top 3 defensive tackle in the NFL, and he'll easily be with the Raiders. Probably with that defensive line, probably be top 2 along with Christians. So overall, free agency is insane right now. We still don't have some of the biggest names signed yet. I might have to make a video tomorrow too, going over what I'm missing in this video for the future. If you don't understand, you know what I mean. But so again, this is absolutely insane what's going on right now. You got my live reaction to this signing, insane. So yeah, this is insane. So if you enjoyed the video, again, hopefully hit the subscribe button because I want to do more videos about free agency because I love free agency. It's like my favorite time of the year. That and the draft for the NFL. But yeah, so again, hopefully you enjoy this video, and I'll see you tomorrow for maybe another free agency rundown if something crazy happens, later in the afternoon.